Hey guys, welcome back. It's story time. So one day I'm sitting in my office and we get a call from my clients. Hey, I need help. He sounded very desperate, very worried, very emotional is the word. And I'm like, hey, how are you? How can I help you? And he's like, I really need your help. I haven't stuck to my contractor for 3 months. Things are not going well. So we went ahead and set an appointment. We went to visit him and I went to his job site. The minute I walk in the door, it was a disaster. Everything was disorganized. You could tell the person that was managing the project did not know what they were doing. Other than that, everything was disorganized, but the schedule, the things that they have done and not completed to move to the next things was all in a bad sequence, screens and experience. So this house was basically a house that this owner had purchased to move in. It was a full house that he wanted to do a full remodel and it was pretty bad. So then I'm speaking to the owner, getting more information, and he had just told me he purchased this house to do a full gut remodel and had been sitting on this house for 8 months, had already paid this guy $150,000 and the project was not even 20% complete. The contractor had just demoed the walls, do a little framing, run some tubes, run some cables, but everything was half done. So moving forward, we were able to do a change of contractor, and when the client realized that they were finally working with the experienced company, he felt like this relief. 3 months later, we successfully completed the project within the budget that we gave him, and the client was super happy. And by the way, my name is Carlos Guerrero, aka Carlos Contractor from Cutting Edge, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you a few tips on how to avoid being a next victim and how to hire the right person. So tip number 1, before you hire anybody, make sure that they have been in business for at least 10 years. And not only that, but make sure that the scope of work, that work that you want to do, whether it's a kitchen remodel, a full gut remodel, an addition, a new construction, make sure that they have the experience in that type of project. Because as a contractor, you can do many things, but the experience is what matters. Because if they have the experience, most likely they're going to be able to avoid a lot of issues by having processes and systems that work for your type of project. Number 2, make sure you call for references. You want to ask for references of similar projects that they have done, and if they have somebody within your neighborhood or close to your property, it's even better, because now you know that they have also experience with the city that your property lives in. For example, City of Coral Gables has a building department, City of Miami has a building department, Miami-Dade has a building department, City of Miami Beach has a building department, and every city works a little bit different. Tip number 3, make sure that you know or you speak to the qualifier. Basically, who holds the license in the company? The contractor, the qualifier, doesn't have to be basically running your project, but he has to be involved in the process, and you want to be able to communicate or speak to him, or at least shake his hand to make sure that he is involved in the project. What happens is that a lot of people that are not licensed, they use other people's licenses, but they have no liability, and they could easily run away with your money or disappear. Tip number 4, make sure that if you're going to be doing a big project, I'm talking about $150,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 project, make sure that you have somewhere that you can go visit this company and see who works there. Meet the people, see how they function, see how they communicate, because that is crucial in a home remodel. Ask if they have systems. Ask what happens if something goes wrong. What is the process? What are the systems? How do you manage the schedules? How do you manage the projects? You want to ask to see if they have something that makes sense to you, because mostly it's common sense. If they have a lot of experience, they're going to be able to share with you how is it that they track the progress, how they manage the progress, how do they stay on target, and so forth. So follow these tips so you could avoid being the next victim. Now guys, if you need any more tips or any more advice, like if you're already in the process of construction and you have something in your gut that tells you something is going wrong, or maybe you're about to start construction or you're thinking about construction, give us a call. We'll give you a free consultation. We'll let you know what we think. We'll give you some advice so that you don't make the same mistake as this person. Find us at homeremodelmiami.com. We'll be more than happy to give you a free consultation on where you are, give you more tips, more information, so that you avoid being the next victim of a horror story that your contractor left you. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go.